Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. My name is Dave Newell. I have the pleasure of being chair of the Board of Trustees of Southern Vermont College. I have the distinct pleasure today of officially opening the college's 92nd commencement ceremony. A very warm welcome to all of you, families, friends, and guests, most especially our graduates who we will honor today. And I'd like to begin introducing you to our platform party. As I call your name, please stand. Trustee Carol Conroy. Trustee and SVC alum Toby Ponderton. Trustee Greg Swain. Dr. David Evans, president of the college. Dr. Jennifer Berg, dean of the faculty. Dean of Students, Heather Quire. And representing the Donald Everett Axon Division of Social Sciences and senior member of the faculty, Reverend Dr. Thomas Redden. Chair of the McCormick Division of Business, Dr. Stacy Hills. Chair of the Hunter Division of Humanities, Dr. Daisy Levy. Chair of the John Merck Division of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, Dr. Jennifer Nelson. Chair of the Division of Nursing and Health Services, Dr. Mary Botter. And Registrar Alan Hatton. Seated to my left are members of the faculty and academic staff of the college. Faculty, please stand for a moment of recognition for your dedication to the intellectual, professional, and personal excellence of each and every student you have taught at Southern Vermont College. Let's stand up for them. Graduates, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I congratulate all of you for what you've accomplished. Whether you're earning a diploma or a certificate of learning today, we are extremely proud of all of your accomplishments. As we enjoy the music of Professor Eric Despard, Associate Professor of Music, Director at SVC, I ask each of the graduates to reflect on that professor or coach or staff person who helped you make your journey to this stage possible today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair Newell. Thank you, Professor Despard. Thank you all. And a warm welcome to all of you on this beautiful afternoon. At the end of this very difficult semester, it makes me truly happy to see so many friends, families, staff, students, and alumni here to honor our graduates today. It is a genuine and a great pleasure to share in the accomplishments of the graduates we celebrate. This year, our ceremony is doubly meaningful as a time to celebrate you, our graduates, and to mark with sorrow the passing of our wonderful college. Our experiences of the past few months have been the kind of disruption all of us hope you graduates never experience, but also the kind of disruption that we believe your education here has prepared you to face. At each of the past 4 commencements, I have remarked on how rapidly our world is changing and how challenging these changes will be. This year, such change has hit all of us far too close to home. Our community, which is really you, has responded strongly to this change. It has been difficult, filled with an understandable, painful mix of emotions, including sadness, anger, anxiety, and confusion. But you've done well. You've kept going, you've faced each day, you've done your work, and you've planned for a future whose contours shifted under your feet. I want especially to thank my colleagues on the faculty and staff sincerely for the fact that they too have done this great work under extraordinary stress. Their work with you and your work with them has been and will continue to be an enduring symbol of SVC's greatness. The perseverance to accomplish great things against tough odds, and the deep commitment to mission that is the best of humane professionalism. I hope everyone here, faculty, staff, students, new graduates, are proud of what you have done because you deserve to be. Back in the fall, during our women's volleyball team's extraordinary and inspiring season, after a particularly tough win, one of the players said to me, "That's the SVC way. Keep fighting, keep going, keep trying." Indeed, that is the SVC way. And I hope you carry it with you for the rest of your lives. You have faced huge challenges this spring, but you have kept fighting, kept going, kept trying. I thank you for that, and I'm honored and grateful to stand with you today. Keep SVC in your hearts, stay in touch with your friends, and faculty and staff members. Be tough, be kind, be brave, and you will be successful. Enjoy your special day, take care, and my personal congratulations to all of you. I am truly immensely proud of you and wish you all the very best. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker for today, a creative writing major from Chatham, Massachusetts, who also loves my poodle, Cleo, which is great. Elena Hunt. Elena, please.
Hello, my name is Elena Hunt, and I'm a creative writing major here at Southern Vermont College. I would like to share with you all a few of my experiences, as well as what this school has done for me, because it is at this college that I have grown into someone I have finally come to believe in. As a freshman, I was a very shy and quiet 19-year-old who wanted nothing more than to focus on her studies. I was the one always scrunching down in her seat, praying she wouldn't get called on. The one who did the work, but nothing more. It wasn't long before I realized that this wasn't going to work out, not if Linda Sinkowicz had anything to say about it. And when my first year of college came to a close, I found myself changed already. Come sophomore year, with the help of my advisor and professors, I began to feel more confident than ever, learning that college is a living experience, not just a learning one. Sophomore year was the hardest, yet it held one of the biggest turning points of all. Because it was in sophomore year that I signed up for the Shire's Press series and began writing my first book. I had no idea what to write, but I did know the opportunity was so rare that it would be downright idiotic to pass up. So I went back to a short story I had written the year before about a boy with a traumatizing nightmare. Apparently, this idea was more attractive than the retelling of Little Red Riding Hood that I wrote when I was 8. And I actually tried to get that published. No. This was also the year that I decided to take 2 literature courses in one semester, and unless you are a fast reader, I do not highly recommend it. Regardless, I was more eager to learn than ever. And that's the difference SVC made. It was more than listening to a lecture and getting the assignment done. You were encouraged to argue, to question, to think more about what you were learning. And it was that style that opened up my mind and therefore my world. I think I speak for all the students here when I say that it was not just the classes we've had and friends we've made that have transformed us. Without the bravery, support, and love from our professors, there is no way we could have possibly made it here today. We each have a special relationship with at least one of them that has helped guide us through. With that in mind, I would like to share some things with the professors from a few of the students. From Mackenzie McDonald to Kevin Johnston. Kevin, I had you for sociology my junior year. You taught me the importance of reading in between the lines and to always look deeper than the surface. You made me feel important and encouraged me to find joy in the simple things in life. From the legend himself, Jordan Simon, to Daisy Levy. Daisy, you always expressed a lot of patience for all my shenanigans, which means a lot to me, more to me than you may think. And you also helped me get my book thingy out there, so thank you. I am going to miss you so much, champ. From Morgan Hatley to Sarah Nosek. Sarah, you helped me with advice on graduate programs, have been there for me numerous times, and have been so understanding this whole semester. Thank you. And from me to one of my favorite professors, Linda Sinkowicz. Linda, excuse me, they didn't really prepare us this part. Linda, without you constantly pushing me to speak up in class, I wouldn't have had the courage to take on a tent full of people today. And through the significant amount of books that we read in the 5 literature courses I had with you, you have opened my eyes and my heart to so many important things that I now know what I believe in. I also owe a lot of thanks to my advisor, Daisy Levy, for making my college experience so amazing. In particular, the little favor she and Jen Berg did for me in my junior year. Being halfway through already, I wanted to do something outside the classroom to get more out of my degree. This brought me to BookCon, an annual literary convention in New York City. And thanks to Jennifer Berg and Daisy, I was able to attend June of 2018. At this convention, I learned about things that were angering, exciting, and scary. Things that I had been learning about in class, but now from people who had their own experience. Yes. When it was over, I was boiling over with excitement of what I would tell everyone when I returned. This brings me to my final year at SVC. This last year has been by far the most daunting, thrilling, and stressful of them all. I'd like to think of it as a year of endings, and given the other event we are here for today, I think you know what I mean. I lost my grandfather this past October, and the one thing that I have taken with me is something he said to me at dinner one night. He asked me how school was going, and I said I was burned out and lost. My grandfather looked at me and said, "Well, you know what you do then? You keep on living until you feel alive again. Keep on living until you feel alive again." All of us have been struggling to do this one way or another, to keep going through what felt like endless chaos. But if it's one thing I know as I close the door on this ending and start on the path to another, it's that no matter where I go from here, this will always be my home and my second family. A family that never broke, but together stood strong until the end. People do not need a house to be a family. They do not need a campus or a mansion, as pretty as they are. We are a family because of each other. We have learned to take care of one another in the darkest and brightest of times, without a second heartbeat. Because we helped each other grow in ways that cannot and will not be forgotten. And above all, we are a family because we are and always will be SVC. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Professor Daisy Levy, and it is my pleasure to be with you all on this special occasion. Today, 3 students who have completed SVC's Shires Press publishing program are graduating. Over the course of a 4-semester curriculum, years of thinking and writing, months of revision, and more than one sleepless night, they created their own manuscripts and learned about the publishing process with guidance from their SVC professors and Debbie Raga from the Northshire Bookstore. It's been inspiring to see their progress through this unique program and to see their finished products come to life. Their novels are now published and available on the shelf and online. They have worked incredibly hard to accomplish this goal, and we are deeply impressed and proud of them. In honor of achieving this milestone, I ask the following students to please come forward. Takia Douglas, Elena Hunt, and Jordan Simon. President Evans, would you please join us so that the students may present you with their signed copies of their books? And now we will hear from our second student speaker, a communication major from Bennington, Vermont, Michaela Lewis.
Whew. Attempting to compile my thoughts into words regarding how much SVC has impacted my life during the course of my time here was definitely a challenge. It is equally as difficult to express the sense of belonging and acceptance that students feel here, unless you were lucky enough to experience it firsthand. Even so, I believe that a day like today, that is so full of gratitude and appreciation for the mission of this school, is one of the best ways to give outsiders just a glimpse at what it's like to be a part of this incredible community. Because this is our final gathering here, today is now even more significant to me and everyone here than initially. This is our commencement. This is our day to focus on all that we have accomplished and enjoy being present in this very moment. Now, all commencements may be endings, but more importantly, they are new beginnings. My journey to SVC began over 2 years ago, after my father's stage 4 cancer diagnosis brought my family back to our original home here in southern Vermont, after a very long 10 years in Texas. Wanting to remain close to them, but already attending Texas State University for 2 years, I was faced with the beginning of my transfer process. While I was, of course, apprehensive at first, my decision to attend SVC honestly became effortless as soon as I stepped foot onto this campus. I was able to go from a university of 38,000 students and intro lectures of over 400 seats to developing actual relationships within my classes, between both my peers and teachers. I went from being just another fish in a giant sea to being recognized for my academic performance, starting my career, developing my leadership capabilities, and so much more than I ever could have dreamed of, all while being able to live in the area that I spent so many years of my life missing. Now, if this whole journey back to my true home doesn't prove that I was meant to come here and experience this place, I don't know what does. And I believe that that is true for everyone here. No matter how long we've been at SVC, it has certainly impacted our lives in one way or another. Some of my most favorite involvements I've had here have included serving as the managing editor of our online publication, The Looking Glass, for the past 2 years, alongside the incredible Linda Sinkowicz. I was also able to intern for a local art historian to help curate the Norman Rockwell in the Arlington Artist Gallery that will now be traveling to the state capitol this summer. Thank you for that introduction, Eric Despard. Finally, I was able to begin my career at the Bennington Area Chamber of Commerce and become more involved with the community that I love. A big thank you to both Michelle Deal and Daisy Levy for being more like my personal therapists than just advisors, and keeping me sane during my journey into adulthood. Naturally, any college experience is going to reflect how much time and effort that you put into it. But where SVC stands out is their ability to instill a drive within students to demand more of themselves. When you have a tremendous support system of people who want to see you excel and provide you with the opportunities to do so, the desire to make them proud really becomes instinctive. I think it's safe to say that all of us here have experienced some of the most overwhelming emotions of our lives within the last few months. But no matter the root of those feelings or what stage of grief we found ourselves in, it only heightened our appreciation for our time here that much more. I know for myself personally, no matter what emotions I was experiencing during the past few months, or any circumstances I was faced with, my thoughts were always brought back to one main feeling: grateful. I was grateful to be a senior who would be part of the last graduating class from this college that I care so deeply for. Now I am grateful that this day has finally arrived and I'm able to celebrate it among those that I love the most. I am grateful for those who are able to receive their associate degrees alongside us today. I am grateful for the underclassmen who have been given the opportunity to continue their education at other great institutions. I am very grateful for the professors and faculty that will go on to impact other students' lives just as they have mine. And of course, I'm eternally grateful for the relationships, experiences, memories that SVC has brought me that I will hold on to forever. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2019.
Thank you, Michaela. At commencement, it is customary to acknowledge the students who have graduated with the highest grade point averages in their class, our valedictorians and salutatorians. I ask the following individuals, the class of 2019, to stand and turn and face the audience. The valedictorian, the student earning the highest academic achievement of the class of 2019, is the same young woman who just shared her wonderful speech with us, a communication major from Bennington, Vermont, Michaela Lewis. The salutatorian, a student graduating with the next highest academic achievement of the class, is criminal justice major from Ridgefield, Connecticut, Carly Gilman. Yeah! Congratulations to you both. I now welcome to the podium Dr. Jennifer Berg, Dean of the Faculty, to present the 3 institutional awards traditionally given at the SVC Commencement. Dr. Berg.
Excuse me. Good afternoon, and welcome everyone. It is my honor to be with you all today and to present our institutional awards. Our first award, the William A. Glasser Award, is given to the bachelor's degree candidate who best exemplifies our mission, as championed by Dr. William Glasser during his years as president. Nominated by your faculty and staff, the award recipient must have demonstrated outstanding personal academic growth while at the college. There is no denying that soccer is what brought today's award winner into the SVC community. But as it turns out, soccer is only a small part of the impact that SVC has had on her life. During her time as a Mountaineer, she has been involved in a variety of athletics and campus organizations, including the Student Government Association and the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. She has worked hard to create a better environment for herself and for her peers. But when she first arrived here, this student admitted that during high school she struggled in the classroom. Over the semesters, the staff of the Center for Teaching and Learning, her professors, and many other members of the college community helped her redefine her academic career. 4 years ago, going to college was a question mark for her. And now, graduate school is a topic that is consistently discussed. This student truly understands the value of education and what this SVC community has provided her. And today, she graduates with a degree in criminal justice. Please congratulate the 2019 William A. Glasser Award recipient from Higanum, Connecticut, Molly Madore. The Edward H. Everett Award acknowledges a graduating student who has made numerous contributions to the Southern Vermont college community. The recipient personifies a spirit of giving, a willingness to work hard, and dedication, all qualities attributed to Mr. Everett, the original owner of this estate. The 2019 recipient of this award truly exemplifies all of these characteristics. Her generosity and commitment to the college, the faculty and staff, as well as to her peers is second to none. She is always the first to volunteer to help a department, a class, or a friend in need. She has been a leader on the soccer and lacrosse teams, and her goal was always to make sure that those around her were successful. She worked in the admissions office most of her college career, and she has been a member of the Student Government Association and the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, also other student organizations, and also consistently volunteering for events on and off campus. More than anything, there is not a person on campus who does not know and adore her bright, energetic personality. She has been one of the faces of the SVC community, and she has made our campus a better place with her unwavering commitment and perpetual good cheer. For these reasons and more, please congratulate the recipient of the 2019 Edward Everett Award, graduating today with a degree in criminal justice from Coventry, Connecticut, Vanessa Kendall. The Linda Curry Memorial Award is given in memory of a former faculty member in the Hunter Division of Humanities. Curry was a first-generation college student and, while teaching at SVC, was devoted to fulfilling the college's mission to help each student realize his or her full potential. This year's selection committee could not choose between two worthy nominees, and so there will be two of these awards presented today in alphabetical order. The first recipient of the Linda Curry Award has not always had an easy or simple pathway through her college degree, but at every turn, she has shown remarkable persistence, courage, and wisdom. After taking a leave from the college, she returned last year not just to complete her requirements, but to develop and clarify her commitment to the intellectual and creative pursuits that she wanted to explore. She has successfully created a portfolio of academic and intellectual work that bridges her personal and professional interests, challenges her in ways that allows her to grow, and which she can and will now share with other communities to inspire their own healing and growth. Hailing from East Douglas, Massachusetts, and graduating today with a double major in creative writing and psychology, please join me in congratulating Lauren Hurst. The next recipient of the Linda Curry Award came to SVC having already earned a previous college degree because he realized that his true passion was to care for others. He is an excellent student with an intense desire to achieve, always setting the highest expectations for learning and for practice. He has overcome personal adversities, but even during these times, he has maintained incredible fortitude and commitment. He is a strong advocate for his communities, and he plans to pursue a career where he can help individuals who struggle with mental illness. Hailing from Northfield, Massachusetts, and graduating today with a degree in nursing, please join me in congratulating Dylan Mulvey.
Thanks a lot.
And now we will hear from our final student speaker for today. She is a business administration, sports, recreation, and tourism management major, and the current Student Government Association president. From Freehold, New Jersey, welcome to the stage, Allie McNamee.
All right, you guys are gonna have to bear with me because I'm not emotional, but I'm probably gonna get real emotional. Good afternoon, President Evans, Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, family, friends, invited guests, and a special welcome to the class of 2019. Oh boy, okay. I want to start by rewinding to 2015 when I received my acceptance letter in the mail, and I thought to myself, well, this is absolutely terrifying. Growing up in central New Jersey, yes, Dan, it is a real thing, and being the first person in my family to go away to college 4 hours from home was absolutely terrifying. I was never the best in school, and I hated facing any sort of change, so all I was looking forward to was playing soccer since that was the one constant in my life. SVC has been the best 4 years of my life. As I know it has been for many of you. Trying to figure out my favorite memories at SVC was tough, but I was able to narrow it down to a select few that sum up the class of 2019. From our social gatherings in Bowen Second, to finding the perfect plastic mattress in Darby, to attempt mattress sledding during freshman year on snow days. I will never be able to get stay positive out of my mind due to the thousands, and I mean thousands of times, that Vanessa said it on the soccer field. Whether or not you needed to hear it, she was there to say it. The 7-hour-long soccer bus rides in the big rolling turd that broke down 3 times while we were in the middle of Pennsylvania junior year. It's not worth it. Lastly, getting involved on campus junior year has had the biggest impact on me. Without SVC hiring Audrey Ames as the coordinator of student engagement my junior year, I would not be standing where I am today. Audrey has single-handedly changed my life for the better, as I know she has done for many of you. She introduced me to the world of student affairs and is the reason why I will be attending Salem State University in the fall to pursue my Master's of Education in Higher Education Student Affairs. SVC has taught me that a college campus can truly be a community, a family. It is no secret to many of you on campus that I am a walking magnet when it comes to injuries during soccer season. 2 ACL surgeries and a dislocated kneecap later, my SVC family taught me how to find the drive within myself to keep pushing, no matter the injury or pain. I thankfully finished my senior season with minimal injuries, and I know it was because my grandfather was watching over me. SVC taught me how to be a good leader. Sorry. Through all the opportunities they provided me with. Being a member of the women's soccer team all 4 years, and being a course apprentice twice. No matter how many times I complained to Catherine, I truly enjoyed being a resource to peers. Being a programming assistant and having the ability to plan events that students enjoy, and being student government president has been the biggest learning experience at SVC. This past year was anything but normal, but it taught me that leadership is not always about leading. Leadership is knowing when to lead and when to follow and put faith in those surrounding you. SVC has also told me how to be a holistically good person. Living on a campus with a community as strong as ours is unlike any other campus in the country. Every single one of my friends I made on this campus truly is my family. SVC is filled with genuine, kind-hearted students, faculty, staff, and administration. It is hard to not feel at home when you are around anyone on this campus. SVC has taught me to be a good person inside and out. SVC has also taught me that with a little hard work, you can really surprise yourself. Coming in my freshman year, I never thought I would be where I am academically, and that is because of the vast support system that is SVC. I also never thought I would be able to stand here and say that I placed second in a national pitch competition against elite students from institutions across the country, and all men. For those who may not know, in order to qualify for this competition, a committee at St. Louis University chose 9 students' videos of potential business ventures from across the country. Once selected, I had to pitch my venture idea to business executives in 9 different 45-second elevator rides. The amount of work Jeb and Stacy put in outside of the classroom in order for me to succeed in this competition was incredible. Through all of these experiences and opportunities, SVC has taught me to be myself. And if you all flip to the back of your pamphlet, I want to read the mission statement together. Most of all, Southern Vermont College has affirmed a deep belief in the potential of every individual, taught me to embrace diversity in all its forms, and fostered excellence and personal responsibility in each member of our community. It has prepared me to look beyond boundaries, to engage our communities, and to excel in our professional endeavors. Before I share a list of reminders as we enter the next chapter of our lives, I want to thank my family for showing me what true strength looks like. This is going to be a rough one, sorry. Thank you, Dad, for being my person and supporting me in everything I do. Mom, thank you for having a radar on at all times to call me when I need it, even from Arizona. Katie, thank you for being my rock. Amanda, thank you for being my second big sister and supporting me always. And Joey, thank you for reminding me to always be kind. As we all enter the next chapter of our lives, please remember, SVC will always be our home, no matter what happens next. We will always have each other. We will always be mountaineers. Do what you love because life is too short to do anything but that. And be careful, which is a saying my dad and grandfather have always said to me, and I want to spread that learning with all of you. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2019.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Allie, and thank you, all the student speakers. Let's thank all the student speakers again. Gotta love all the things that you all have done. It is my pleasure now to introduce today's keynote speaker. The Reverend Dr. Thomas Redden has served as professor of history and politics at Southern Vermont College since 1999. Prior to his appointment at SVC, he was professor and dean of students at Marlborough College, with earlier teaching experience at the University of Connecticut, as well as in Geneva, Switzerland, and Izumisano, Japan. Dr. Redden is a noted scholar whose research has centered on U.S. foreign policy in response to revolution in the Third World since 1945. In particular, the foreign policies of Presidents Ronald Reagan and George W. Bush. Ordained a full Zen Buddhist priest in the Zen Peacemaker Order, which was just like a month ago, right, Tom? It's like a month ago, so congratulations. The Reverend Dr. Redden explores Buddhism from a political perspective and works actively to develop a vision of what Buddhist politics might look like in the United States and abroad. His presentations include reflections on the politics of the Buddha and Jesus, and Buddhist politics in challenging times, Zen meditation, and compassionate action. Dr. Redden earned a PhD in political science from the University of Connecticut, a master's degree in education from Central Connecticut State University, and a Master of Science degree from the University of Geneva, as well as a baccalaureate degree in history from Williams College. A well-respected, and respect is not enough to capture the way the community feels about him. We love him. A well-respected and well-loved professor, Dr. Redden is a recipient of 5 SVC Faculty of the Year Awards and a Faculty Service Award. Please welcome to the podium the Reverend Dr. Tom Redden.
Hello, SVC. I got one question to you folks. How are we doing? You got about an hour left. And those of you who sat through my classes, you've learned patience, resilience, and determination, and you can live for another hour. So I've educated you well, so you're well prepared for the next hour here. The only way I could be on time is that we're talking about like California time or, the Midwest. And my excuse for being late, and this is my reputation, is, of course, if those of you who have seen The Lord of the Rings, the very first scene, Gandalf shows up and Frodo says, "Gandalf, you're late." And Gandalf says, "A wizard is never late. A wizard arrives exactly when he's supposed to arrive." And I want you to know I've gotten away with that line for quite a few years now, so I'll use it again. So what the heck? It is a high honor for me to be standing here in front of you, because today is a day of celebration, is a day of historic celebration. We are celebrating not only these remarkable human beings here, and I want you all to know what a blessing you have been in our lives, all the faculty and staff here, and please never forget that. This historic day of celebration is also celebrating almost a century of this institution of higher learning, beginning with the good sisters of St. Joseph. 1926 was actually when the school opened. 1974, it became Southern Vermont College. And so we're looking at 100 years of education here with all of us. So the celebration here is not mine alone, and I am surely not standing here alone. I stand here as a representative of all of those who have walked through these gates. And right now, I'd like to make Southern Vermont College even more visible. And I would like to ask, with your indulgence, that all faculty, staff, students who were here at Southern Vermont College before this past fall, September 2018, if you can stand up, please, and show us who you are. Southern Vermont College, former students, faculty, staff, any of you who are here. When we put these folks together with the folks who are at the college today, we represent one body. We represent one community. We stand together. We stand and we hold each other in our hearts. We are linked by a common experience. We are linked by a common vision. And I want folks to be clear. Southern Vermont College does not die because the doors close and because the gate, in fact, may be shut. Southern Vermont College lives on. It lives on in all of us. And it also lives on in the work that we are doing. This is an education really coming from the good sisters of St. Joseph, is an education based on service. It is an education of values. And this SVC values are very clear and in many ways very simple. Everybody counts. Nobody's excluded. We leave nobody behind. It is not a surprise that when we look at the tradition of the Sisters of St. Joseph's, this was a Catholic order of nuns. They were educators. They focused their attention on the marginalized, the disenfranchised in society, people who were poor, orphans, people who had been forgotten by the rest of society. And that tradition of caring for all people has been passed on from the good sisters to Southern Vermont College. And what's true about all of what we do here is that we provide education that provides service for people in this society. And what does that mean practically? It means nurses. It means radiation technicians. It means police officers to serve and to protect. It is teachers to enlighten, small business persons, therapists, parole officers, and it goes on. We don't have many hedge fund managers at Southern Vermont College, which maybe is fine, but the point is that the service that our students provide, our graduates, are the everyday struggles of people. And this is a part of our mission of which we are just terribly, terribly proud. Now, my thoughts today from here, I want to look at 4 things in particular, very quickly. Number 1 is closing of the college. The second is who we are. The third is senior achievements. And the fourth is just a final, personal thoughts about this. Let me talk about the closing of the college, and people have referred to it, but I want to be very explicit because this is the reality of our lives here. And in a nutshell, the closing has been heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for all of us. It's that simple. And it might be helpful, though, for folks to understand that Southern Vermont College is not the only school in this situation. And it may be helpful to understand that 6 colleges, at least in New England in the last few years, in fact, have closed. 4 colleges in Vermont have closed in the last few years. College of St. Joseph, Green Mountain College, Burlington College, and now SVC. And those of you know who Hampshire College, around Amherst, Massachusetts, very, very well endowed. Even they are struggling, and they're not admitting students for the next year or so. Now, there are a couple reasons for this, and the scholars are pretty clear on this, people who research this. Number 1 is the fact that schools that don't have a great endowment, if you don't have $10, $20, $30, $40 million of endowment, you're really depending on tuition, and that's tricky. And it becomes especially tricky because the demographics of New England, in fact, have declined precipitously. And what's happened is that in 2008, you had the recession, and what's happened is that families, in fact, before that and since then, they're simply not having as many children as they used to in this part of the country. And it's interesting that this is somewhat, we're sort of out in front of the rest of the country in terms of this, which is both sad, but it's also a portent of what might be coming down the road. Again, this is to understand us in a little bit larger context, again, which I think we're trying to do. And I'll just quote Clayton Christensen is a professor, well-known professor of Harvard Business School, and he predicts, and this is outrageous when I read it, but I'm going to read it anyways because he's a very, very well-respected scholar. He says that in 15 years, close to 50% of the country's colleges will be bankrupt. That's his opinion. Some think that's way too high, but other scholars put it at 25%, which is to say we're talking about a massive seismic change in higher education. We are part of that. Here at the college, we weren't oblivious to the fact that other schools were closing. And yet we really never thought it was going to happen here. You know, we've been on the edge before, and when it happened, it was a shock. And it was painful. There was a lot of anger, frustration, as you can well imagine. And here we are about 3 to 4 months later. And I'm happy to say that as difficult as all that was, I think most folks, not everybody, most folks are coming out on the other side. And that is reassuring for many of us. So many of us are moving on, but the one thing I want to say here is that absolutely everyone, regardless of where they're going, can celebrate where they have coming from, which is to say this school. So let me take, again, a couple more minutes to talk about exactly SVC as an institution of higher learning. This is a learning community. A learning community obviously consists of a community of learners. Historically, we already talked about students as the students. But when you study education, we see students as learners, and this is a learning environment. And our job as teachers and so forth is to create an environment in which the learner is able to learn what they need to learn, right? And so historically, the professor was always sort of at the front of the equation. A learning community means that the student is at the center of it. And this is exactly how we have functioned here. And let me just share my 20 years here, is that I have probably had hundreds, and I mean hundreds of conversations with my colleagues about students. Academics issues, personal issues, emotional issues, whatever they may be. Not once in 20 years, in the hundreds and hundreds of conversations, has ever one colleague, faculty, staff, coach, ever condescended about any student, about one student, not one. Behind closed doors, there's never been any condescension whatsoever. And that's unusual. And what that shows to me is the fact that the faculty and staff, this institution respects students. We respect, as soon as they walk through the door, we see them as our responsibility, and also that we respect who they are and what they're bringing to this. For me, and I believe for my colleagues, teaching is an act of love. It is probably first an act of faith. It's an act of faith because you must believe in your students, that they can grow and that they can develop into productive and moral adults. And the key to this, and we mention this often about the potential, the key is to see the potential of a student. And the only way to see a student is to know them. And the one thing about SVC is that students, you can run, as you know, but you can't hide. And the fact is, students may be depressed, they may be down, but we will find you because you are part of this learning community. In my own classroom, I do two things to try to know who these students are. Every single semester in all of my classes, I have students write an autobiography. They tell about their life and all of the important issues. And those who have taken more than one class, they give me an update about how they're doing. And one of the things that's so striking about the stories that they tell is, number one, almost without exception, the absolute gratitude they have for their parents. And I want to take a second here to acknowledge all the parents, and can I ask all the parents of the students graduating to please stand up, the families. Can we see you, to see who you are? When a student walks into my classroom and crosses the threshold, I see not only that student, I see their families. And this is especially important in terms of first-generation students. SVC has been a first-generation school for a long time. And this is something that we have been deeply committed to, and we are proud of the work that we have done. And the question always is, what does it mean to be a first-generation student? And the thing that becomes clear is that the stress, the risk of going to college for that student is not only a risk of failure, it's a risk for the whole family. And I want to acknowledge the support and the worry that parents have had in terms of whether or not this is going to work out. And please know that when the students talk about their parents, they are very clear is that they owe their life and this education to them. And it's really been very, very moving to see this. First generation means that as soon as you get one person in the family into college, the trajectory of that family may change forever. Because when one sibling goes to college, of course, the others want to go to college. And then when they get older, you better believe they're going to go to college, probably marry someone at college, but they're going to have children. Oh, sure, do it. They're going to have children who go to college. The point is that this SVC has been an entry point for people into another lifestyle. And this has changed not only individuals, it's changed entire families. The senior class has been an absolute honor and privilege for all of us to be a part of. And I think people have spoken eloquently and sufficiently about how students feel about the SVC education and what's in store for them for the future. They're looking very, very optimistically. And as Dr. Evans has said, I teach political science and history. And so I want to share very briefly, just a couple thoughts about where the world is going, where you are all heading. And let me just say a couple things that are in terms of what's happening in the future is that, sorry about this. The world in front of us is complex, and much of what we're doing here is trying to teach complexity. And one of the things that we emphasize is that the complex problems of the world today cannot be solved by simple answers. And let me just sort of lay out some of the terrain here that we're looking and the challenge that we all have, you all have, with this education in hand. Population around the world. Again, I'm going to talk a little bit about global as well as the United States. So we're moving beyond SVC, but this is the world that folks are stepping into. In 1800, there was 1 billion people in the world. Today, there's 7.7. It's estimated that will go up to 11 billion surely by the end of this century. And the estimate is that if all those people move into the middle class, in 100 years, let's say, a significant number of that 11 billion, we would need 6 Earths to provide the resources, which means that a lot of people are going to be competing for fewer and fewer resources. A challenge. Second piece, global leadership. The United States has enjoyed an unprecedented world leadership since 1945. All the experts say that China will become the #1 economy in the next 15, 20 years, surely within 30 years, without any doubt. There's a great book, Paul Kennedy, Yale professor of history, wrote a book called The Rise and Fall of Great Powers. And his theory is that 50 years after a country becomes the #1 economic power, they become the #1 military power. The United States became the #1 economic power in the 1890s. We became the #1 military power 50 years later after World War II. Kennedy goes through this and shows this historical trend. We are going to be, U.S. supremacy is going to be challenged profoundly in the next 50 years. And you all are going to be having to deal with it and figure out exactly what the course is going to be. The face of America domestically is changing as we speak. In 2045, white folks in the United States will become 49%, which is to say 51% people of color will become the majority of this country. We're talking 2045. The fact is that we are going through just a monumental change globally. Technology, demographics, immigration, etc. And these are not easy problems to solve. The environment, global warming is changing the world economically, politically, socially. So the question is, with all of these challenges, and at home, all of the issues, the question is, how are we going to respond? And one choice is basically to say, okay, my life is busy, I've had enough. I can't really worry too much about the world. It seems to me that what SVC has taught us is that the response is a different response, and that response is that we are a community. The fact is that we belong to one another. And let me close by two different religious traditions and what I think is absolutely consistent with what we do here at Southern Vermont College. And it has to do with how do we live our lives? How do we address the challenges in front of us? And the first, you all know too well. I grew up a good Irish Catholic boy, loved the church, loved the teachings, and this fundamental teaching, the great commandment, love God, love neighbor, love your neighbor as yourself. And again, I think that the Sisters of St. Joseph, they were the ones who sort of led the way, leading us in that direction. And the second piece is I want to quote the Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader of Tibet. And he talks about the world and how to deal with world problems. And his approach, his answer, his response to this, if you want to be happy, be compassionate. If you want others to be happy, be compassionate. So with that, I leave you here. I want to thank you all for being part of SVC, and let me just say, long live Southern Vermont College.
Hello again. It is my privilege as the Dean of the Faculty and the Chief Academic Officer of Southern Vermont College to award certificates of higher education to some of today's graduates and to graduates of our College STEPS program. Will all of the students receiving a certificate today please come forward? I will ask President Evans to assist in awarding the academic certificates. The students receiving College STEPS certificates today have met a number of criteria established by the Regional College STEPS organization within a 2-year time frame, including 4 semesters of coursework, completion of an internship, and participation in many campus activities. President Evans, it is my pleasure to report that in the judgment of the Southern Vermont College faculty and within the College STEPS program criteria, the following students have satisfactorily fulfilled all requirements to receive their higher education certificates. Celine Dion Blair. Jacob Marley Butler. Kyle Douglas Lawrence Dupuis. Isabel Catherine Mazzola. Olivia Paige Metcalf. Sarah Lynn Perry. Congratulations to our College STEPS certificate students. The students receiving a computed tomography certificate today have met a number of established criteria within a one-year time frame. President Evans, it is my pleasure to report that in the judgment of the Southern Vermont College faculty and within the computed tomography program criteria, the following student has satisfactorily fulfilled all requirements to receive this certificate. Congratulations to Christina Aiken. The students receiving mammography certificates today have, within a one-year time frame, met a number of criteria established by the American Registry of Radiologic Technologists and Mammography Quality Standards Act, including required coursework and a minimum of a 3.3 grade point average for acceptance into the program. President Evans, it is my pleasure to report that in the judgment of the Southern Vermont College faculty and within the mammography certificate program criteria, the following students have satisfactorily fulfilled all requirements to receive their higher education certificates. Cortina Alicia Green. Jillian Renee LeBlanc. Sofia M. Soriento. Michelle Marie Urkovich. The students receiving Sustainable Ventures certificates today have met a number of criteria established by the McCormick Division of Business, including 1,000 hours of hands-on, competency-based training and education through academic coursework, practica, and internships. President Evans, it is my pleasure to report that in the judgment of the Southern Vermont College faculty and within the Sustainable Ventures Certificate Program criteria, the following students have satisfactorily fulfilled all requirements to receive their higher education certificates. Joseph Roland Brame. Cody Michael Sullivan. The students receiving Ventures Recognition certificates today have met a number of criteria established by the McCormick Division of Business, including completion of specific courses and recognition for entrepreneurship and business model development. President Evans, it is my pleasure to report that in the judgment of the Southern Vermont College faculty and within the Ventures Recognition Certificate Program criteria, the following students have satisfactorily fulfilled all requirements to receive their higher education certificates. Nicholas Mark Joseph. Ali Marie McNamee. And now I'd like to ask Registrar Alan Hatton to please come forward for the conferring of degrees. First, we will present the class of baccalaureate and associate degree recipients. Will the baccalaureate and associate degree candidates please stand? Chair Newell, may I ask you to stand, please? Chair Newell and President Evans, it gives me honor and pleasure to present these candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Associate of Science degrees, and to report that in the judgment of their faculty, they have satisfactorily fulfilled all requirements for their degrees.
This is it. All the rest is the dance. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Vermont College Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you, as appropriate, the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, or Associate of Science, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto. Please be seated.
Will the candidates for the Associate of Arts degrees please come forward and receive their diplomas? An associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Danielle Biggers. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Jelena Elizabeth D'Alessio, cum laude. An associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Benjamin Paul Doucette. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Sky Michaela Drake, summa cum laude. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Laura Caroline Farrington. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Franklin Andre Hodo. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Jesse Jack Kelly II. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Jared Lacoste. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Samaria Sandia Lowers. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Riley Helen Mead. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Catherine Elizabeth Mellett. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Peyton Lynn Miller. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Brittany Lee Pellerin. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Sarah Poyer. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Maya Whitney Prouty. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Zachary M. Rogers. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Brandy Nicole Scully. Earning an associate degree in interdisciplinary studies, Nicole Elizabeth Shepard. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees please come forward and receive their diplomas? I got you. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, Isaiah Jamal Backles. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, Madison J. Main, magna cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, Claude Payne. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, Aubrey Ann Viestra. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, entrepreneurship, Monty August Hogue. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, healthcare management, Jackson Kaweku Amanka. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, healthcare management, Joshua Borders. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, healthcare management, Naya Elizabeth Serda. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, healthcare management, Stephanie Piera Fiera, cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, healthcare management, Logan Dean Piknarczyk. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, sports management, Joseph Roland Brame. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, sports management, Daniel Robert Mason. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, sports, recreation, and tourism management, Ryan James Cullum. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, sports, recreation, and tourism management, Nicholas Mark Joseph. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, sports, recreation, and tourism management, Allison Marie McNamee. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, sports, recreation, and tourism management, Rohan M. Pipley, magna cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in business administration, sports, recreation, and tourism management, Cody Michael Sullivan. Earning a bachelor's degree in communication, Elizabeth Lee Bench. Earning a bachelor's degree in communication, Michaela Ann Lewis, summa cum laude, valedictorian. Earning a bachelor's degree in creative writing, Takia Ania Douglas. Earning a bachelor's degree in creative writing, Elena Danielle Hunt. Earning a bachelor's degree in creative writing, Jordan Christian Simon. Earning a bachelor's degree in English, Cheyenne Ray Howley, magna cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in biological sciences and psychology, Natalie Rose Canterbury. Earning a bachelor's degree in biological sciences, Kyle Jordan DePauler. Earning a bachelor's degree in biological sciences, Amber Elizabeth LaSure. Earning a bachelor's degree in biological sciences, Ryan Richards, cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in biological sciences, Shay Elizabeth Robinson. Earning a bachelor's degree in nursing, Bailey O'Day Bradbury. Earning a bachelor's degree in nursing, Christopher Raymond Grosheim, cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in nursing, Stephanie Sarah LeMay. Earning a bachelor's degree in nursing, Christina Louise Moore. Earning a bachelor's degree in nursing, Dylan Thomas Mulvey, cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in nursing, Piotr Sebastian Stojanowski. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Christina Aiken, cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Carissa Lynn Battisti. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Julie Christine Boulay. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Madison Emily Carr. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Kaylee Bree Davis. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Nicholas E. Dubois. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Cortina Alicia Green. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Samantha Elena Hamilton. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Adriana Rose Jagello. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Morgan Ann Keppel, cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Jillian Renee LeBlanc. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Gregory Owen Nicholas, cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Daniel Allen Schultz. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Sophia M. Soriento. Earning a bachelor's degree in radiologic sciences, Michelle Marie Urkovich. Earning a bachelor's degree in behavioral health, Betsy Rose Memone. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Dana Casey Clement. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Mariah Noel Coley. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Adrian Vaughn Dickerson. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Carly Marie Gilman, magna cum laude, salutatorian. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Matthew Aaron Hatch. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Jacob Jeep Jones Albert. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Sydney Joanne Julian. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and psychology, Vanessa Marie Kendall. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Molly Ann Medor. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Sarai Murillo. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Aaron Devonte Murray. Earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, Amber Parker, cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in history and politics, Eric Thomas Caulfield. Earning a bachelor's degree in history and politics, Zachary Tyler Stacy, cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in history and politics, Georgia Jess Thompson. Earning a bachelor's degree in Human and Community Wellness, Lynn Marie Guillemette. Earning a bachelor's degree in Human and Community Wellness, Turquoia Pebbles Johnson. Earning a bachelor's degree in Human Services, Emily Rose Fischhofer, magna cum laude. Earning a bachelor's degree in psychology, Morgan Leah Arla. Earning a bachelor's degree in psychology, Heidi Diana Benitez. Earning a bachelor's degree in psychology, Kayla Marie Emmy. Earning a bachelor's degree in psychology, Morgan Lorraine Hatley. Earning a bachelor's degree in psychology and creative writing, Lauren Elizabeth Hurst. Earning a bachelor's degree in psychology, Mackenzie Brianna McDonald. Earning a bachelor's degree in psychology, Kaylee Jean Meyer. Earning a bachelor's degree in psychology, Nicole Rose Squires.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the college community, please join me in congratulating the Southern Vermont College Baccalaureate and Associate Degree Class of 2019. We've had some excellent enthusiasm from this group of folks over here. Very nice. Yeah. Having conferred all the degrees, we now perform the ceremonial tradition that symbolizes your achievement. Would all the graduates please stand, and with the valedictorian, Michaela Lewis and Carly Gilman, come forward and face the graduates. Turning the tassels marks a tradition from candidate to graduate. I ask the graduates to join the valedictorian and salutatorian as they move their tassels from right to left, the sign of an earned degree. Congratulations to you all. There we are. You can be seated. And now I will introduce this year's faculty speaker. Dr. Daisy Levy is an associate professor and chair of the Hunter Division of Humanities. Her areas of expertise are cultural rhetorics, theories and methodologies, creative writing, and movement education. Dr. Levy received a PhD from Michigan State University, a master's degree from Miami University, and a baccalaureate degree from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Please welcome to the podium Dr. Daisy Levy.
This is heavy. Thank you. To start, I would like to recognize and acknowledge the indigenous people of this land, the Western Abenaki of the Wabanaki Confederacy, consisting of Abenaki Nation, Micmac Nation, Penobscot Nation, Passamaquoddy Nation, and Maliseet Nation. We are gathered today on Indokina, the sovereign homelands to the Abenaki people, which includes the land area occupied as colonial New France, the New England colonial settlements, and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, now known as Quebec in Canada, and the states of Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, and Massachusetts in the US. I offer a land acknowledgement because I am committed to joining in social justice and decolonial movements that promote Indigenous visibility. While a land acknowledgement is not enough, it is a reminder that we are on settled Indigenous land. Let this acknowledgement be an opening for all of us to contemplate ways to join in decolonial and Indigenous movements for sovereignty and self-determination. I'm grateful to the work of the Kawasuk Band of the Pennacook Abenaki people, the Abenaki Nation of Missisquoi, and the Nulhegan Abenaki tribe for helping me to learn about the history of this land and the people who have cared for it. I also thank Andrea Riley-Muckowitz for her help in preparing this land acknowledgement. I especially want to make sure to thank all of my colleagues at SVC for choosing me to speak on their behalf at this very special commencement ceremony. It's an incredible honor. I've been more than a little flabbergasted at the depth of it. I love you too. Of course. I want to use the time I've been gifted to talk about place. It can be tempting to think of place as something concrete, something unmovable, something that can be priced, bought and sold on a market, and that its value is irrevocably tied to those numbers. But what we know is that place is not concrete. It is not fixed in space and time. And while it certainly can be assessed for financial value, place is much larger and more complicated than that. It's more accurate to understand place by seeing the people and the relationships that have accumulated there, all of them, in the daily and yearly paths they have walked, the conversations they've shared with each other, the labor and sweat they've poured into those relationships. The clearest way I can say it is that place is made, and it's made by the people who work in it, day in and day out, sometimes for good effect, sometimes in failure, but who come back over and over again to keep making it. This place is no different. Many of us know about the Everett family, the Novitiate members of the Congregation of the Holy Cross, and the Sisters of St. Joseph's. But, as with my opening land acknowledgement, I'd like us to imagine the many other people who have been instrumental in shaping this place, making and remaking it. Consider the stonemasons and other builders of the mansion, gatehouse, stable, carriage house, greenhouses, and tennis courts. Consider the people whose job it was to tend all that land, the orchards, lawns, and the acres in between. And then think of all the people who produced the materials, roof tiles, marble, silver hardware, lamps, chandeliers, mahogany paneling. Think of the painters, sculptors, and tapestry weavers, furniture makers who crafted their goods for the Everett family to fill this space with comfort and luxury. Remember others who worked on the estate, caregivers and caretakers, house servants, cooks, stable masters and coachmen, gardeners, chauffeurs, not to mention the many people who worked for the Everett bottling plants, some of the profit of which Everett gathered in order to build and live in this place as a vacation home. When that place became this one, it's an easier leap to think about who made it. The students, the staff, the faculty who have come back to this place day after day over 45 years to make and remake this place as one of higher education. Not a vacation home, but still a place with status. Southern Vermont College has always been a small place in terms of its numbers, both of people and of money. Its value, though, as place as I have defined it, far surpasses its saleable price. In this place, people have worked over and over again, sometimes for good effect and sometimes in failure. We have done this. You have done it. Hours and hours of study, discussion, reading, writing, and thinking. You have done other work too, learning what it is to live among a community of people who may or may not look and sound like your ancestors. You have done laundry with them, eaten your meals with them. You have celebrated each other and fought with each other. You have managed to build and rebuild relationships with hundreds of others. You've shared stories here, ones that attempt to answer difficult questions about the universe, how and even why to graph a parabola, how to correctly position a patient's body, or whether poetry is even important. You've argued with each other about the right answer to an exam question in business law, or whether or not you deserve an extension on a research paper. You've solved problems with each other, funding your cohort's trip to Tanzania, or getting more vegan-friendly options in the dining hall. You've cheered each other on at games, in class, in performances, just in getting here to graduation. And you've cheered each other up. I and we have watched you do this, even when you thought we weren't looking. These are the kinds of makings and remakings that I mean when I talk about how a place is built. What we expect from you now is to go to the many next places of your life, your jobs, your families, your local communities, with the same kind of enthusiasm and intention. Care, argue, solve problems, and cheer loudly and fully. Remember, too, that in those places there have been and are so many other people doing the same, needing and wanting the fullness of those relationships just as you do, just as you have. These are the most vibrant and lasting things. Today marks your incredible achievement and effort. It has accumulated into this ceremony, and it is joyous. It is also sad, for the reasons we all know. But this doubleness, intense pride and sorrow, is itself a part of how we have made this place, our place. For if we had not attended to those relationships as fully as we have, we would not have made anything to grieve. I offer this then for all of you, and indeed for all of us. Place is here, in your head, and here, in your heart. It's in the memories and stories and feelings, but it is also carved into your neural connections, forged into your living body. It's in all of us moving outward from this land to wherever we go next. The daily pathways we have walked across the courtyard, down the mountain or up into it, the road to and from the HEC, to our offices and classrooms and residence halls and playing fields are ones that people have walked for hundreds of years, and we carry them in our heads and our hearts too. Our place is not tied to this mansion, though it is part of it. Our place lives in the wide and varied imaginations of all who have moved through it, making lives that matter. Bring it with you everywhere you go. Congratulations to SVC's class of 2019.
Thank you, Dr. Levy. As we approach the end of the 92nd commencement, I want to thank everyone who helped make this event happen. Special thank you to those working behind the scenes, the technicians who helped with today's production, our own hardworking facilities crew, IT department, campus security, Sodexo, the food service staff, and SVC faculty, coaches, and staff who worked for many hours to make today special and who enable student success every day. Thanks also to our families and friends who shared in this celebration with us. Today, we owe additional gratitude to the Bennington community and Bennington Chamber. Support of SVC over the years, including today is SVC Day in Bennington downtown, and especially during recent months. As a parting gift, 3 area businesses, the Bennington Potters, Hawkins House, and the Tap House at Catamount Glass, partnered to design commemorative glassware as a gift for each of our graduates. Thank you also to the South Central Vermont Medical Center for hosting our breakfast this morning and reception today, and Carol Conroy, our trustee, for helping make that happen, as well as for the donation of flowers for the event. As we prepare to close the ceremonies, I ask that the audience remain in their seats until the platform party, faculty, and graduates have processed out of the tent. I hope you will all please join us for refreshments in the mansion following the ceremony. The commemorative glasses will be distributed to the graduates in the theater, and the rest of us can purchase them in the bookstore. The class of 2019, to the class, on behalf of the Southern Vermont College Board of Trustees and President Evans, and our faculty, coaches, and staff, we'd like to wish you every success in the next steps of your life. Today, the sun is shining on SVC and all our staff and faculty. It may continue to shine long into the future. And as the t-shirts that many of you wore yesterday said, SVC staff, faculty, and students have the hearts of champions. Congratulations again, graduates. As board chair, I declare the 92nd commencement ceremony of Southern Vermont College officially closed.